back. We've been looking at what advertisements have to say about the products that are being sold, but in the process, they also have a lot to say about the people that they're selling to. Most companies investigate the group of people that they're trying to sell to, trying to understand their thoughts and their hopes and dreams, giving us insight into the society that they're selling to.
If you take your serious, MNCs like Procter & Gamble and Unilever, they really do their homework before even a soft launch, for example. The customers, are very responsive. They're very sensitive to these things. They need to really be sure where they're going. So I think understanding the makeup of the target market is very important.
And in trying to understand us, advertising will often capitalize on this information, locking in on the target and firing directly at our emotions.
Well, I think we've all very clearly established that the housewife is a very key component of the family, and the housewife is the one who needs to be influenced the most. I think emotions, yes, if you want to target the emotions, guilt is also a legitimate emotion. Advertising can have the power to slightly distort or manipulate a certain emotion, but yes, I mean, guilt is an emotion that a mother feels all the time. She would hate to be cooking in an oil that might raise the cholesterol level of a husband, or because she is sensitive, and that sensitivity is something that a lot of advertising plays on. Again, her responsibility towards her kids is something that is another big factor. A lot of these commercials do is, they do sort of slightly tug at that emotion. It just gives her a chance to, to reflect,
In the case of telecommunication companies, offering low call rates at night is a sign that they have a lot of us pretty well figured out.
I think that's smart. I think they're totally in tune with the consumers. They know who they're reaching out to, and I think everyone in Pakistan has fallen in love, with someone over the telephone at some point, because we are a repressed, suppressed, depressed society, and so what that really does is that I think it leaves the door to your night packages wide open. I think we're all very nocturnal creatures in some capacity. That's an insight. Use it. What's wrong with it?
And while advertising can reflect who we are as a people, at the end of the day, it's about the messages that it gives us. And sometimes these messages can go horribly wrong.
This business of turning wants into needs has gotten out of hand. What advertising is doing, they're just throwing everything that they have, not even thinking twice about what that thing will do to their consumers and ultimately the society and that place and that country or that nation. There's this ad about a candy in which the jingle is actually telling the little kids if they don't drink milk, it's okay, because this candy has a lot of milk in it. Because your consumer, that kid, is already bent towards that product. Upar se, you give messages like that, so it's okay, doodh nahi pasand to koi baat nahi, you have this kid ko punch candy.
And for this one isolated example, there are many others where people have felt that the communication got a little bit out of hand.
आज फिर आपने खाने में बेहतियाती की.
For example, your green tea. Now, I mean, everyone's caught on to the fact that they are full of antioxidants.
आजमाइए कुदरती antioxidants वाली.
It used to be just a big word at one point, but now every guy from your Bashira to your Jamila knows that they're good for you. And sometimes there's some kind of communication going on radio saying that did you miss your workout or your jog today at a park? Doesn't matter. Just get your fill, and it's equal to your one round of in some park, which I think is an exaggeration, because you can't, obviously, there's exercise and then there's a product.
Same thing with that, don't drink milk, have a candy, don't exercise, have green tea, it's so healthy and all.
Has been consumed for ages for its health benefits.
And then the worst is, I think, that sugar sort of a thing, that they're actually telling you that you can use it in place of sugar. That this is just a sweetener, this is a better thing. There are researches, people know sweet and low and all of that they're addictive. They're made of chemicals. and they are becoming so ruthless when they're marketing their products.
People feel that advertisers sometimes mislead consumers just to make a quick buck, but seasoned advertisers will tell you that more often than not, these kinds of tactics tend to backfire.
They're shooting themselves in the foot if they think that they can get away with misleading the public like that, you know. But then we, as a nation, are also very confused. We tend to buy in on the second-hand information.
We are not to decide the merits of, you know, the ethical elements of persuasion. We're here to persuade. That's our job. But certainly, if the product is harmful and the product is unethical to the point that it cannot be introduced into the market, you will not accept that in your business.
We're due for another quick break, but coming up on the other side, we look at how advertising might be commercial, but it's also a commercial art. Don't go anywhere.
Jean lui décrit les tableaux qu'il voyait en rêve. Et dans ses songes, il lui envoya un baiser invisible.